Do you want to learn the 3 secrets on how to overcome debilitating anxiety? Hey, I'm Antia Boyd, creator of the Magnetize The Man Method. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Well, look, I've been suffering from that for a long time before I started to figure out how to get like a hold on it. And I used to spend days in bed after a man would not reach back out to me, right? And really go into this really like survival pattern, right? So here are the tips. Secret number 1, understand what is your anxiety telling you, right? So oftentimes when anxiety comes up, it's like screaming at you. It has a message for you. It wants to have your attention. So what is that attention that you can give that anxiety, right? So first and foremost, what's really important is it's really saying, I don't feel safe, okay? For one reason or another, right? Like most importantly, and I guess what happened to you in the past is that you probably had like at least one absent parent or one parent that suddenly died, one parent that disappeared, right? This is very similar for children. Emotional connection is just as important as physical one, as we all know. So it's really about like knowing, wow, I don't feel safe, right? Like I don't feel like there's somebody outside of myself actually keeping me safe, right? Holding the container, I wanted to say too. And making sure I'm well nourished, right? I'm well fed and I'm fulfilled. So therefore I go into a panic, which leads me to tip number 2. Okay, so oftentimes what happens is we go into panic. Right? Like going down the roller coaster and just being super scared and not knowing what's next. So what I invite you to do instead, because what you're doing right now is you're totally resisting it, right? So what I want you to do instead is actually lean in to the powerlessness. Lean in to the helplessness. Look, there's so many things in life that you just can't control, right? You can't control if a man calls you back. You can't control if you get another text message from him, right? There's so many things in life that you don't have control over. As a matter of fact, we have way less control over things than we think we do, but that's for another video. And so instead, like really going into panic and aggravating our nervous system, actually just like screaming it out, right? Actually like being in your body, removing yourself from the story, right? Removing yourself from any images that actually triggering the stories, and then just really get it out, like either scream, punch a pillow, right? But just really move the energy. Anxiety wants to move, right? And then tip number 3 is really actually like really coming home. And I'm really feeling this very strongly right now. And it goes back to tip number 1, just really having that energetic connection with anxiety, right? Like I wish I had known that, because I was running around, I was acting on it. So definitely stop acting on it, okay? It's not gonna serve you, because guess what happens? If the root is anxiety, then whatever tree you grow from that root is gonna grow, have the fruits of anxiety as well, right? So you're gonna get yourself into anxiety-provoking situations, or you get yourself into reactionships instead of relationships, right? Because your anxiety can be felt over and over again. Because you gotta understand, the anxiety is really your emotional home, right? When you understand what your emotional home is, and that it's just on the outside, whatever creates it to lead to the anxiety, then you can actually understand to go backwards, right? And to actually say, oh, this is the pivotal point where everything started to go downhill, right? When I taught as a client, she really realized that, oh my God, it was like her, when she got up late in the morning, she already felt behind. And from that point on, it was just an avalanche, right? It just rolled down the hill, and it was the downward spiral effect. So it's not so much catching yourself in that moment, but actually moving forward, catching yourself what we call higher upstream. All right, so those are the 3 tips that I have for you today. So know what your emotional home is, lean into the powerlessness and the helplessness, and also identify what is the message. What is that part really telling me, right? first and foremost, it's always around safety. So if that is something that you're struggling with and you're like, gosh, Antia, you seem to really understand this on a much deeper level and I need help with this. I can't get myself out of it, right? My husband always says a fish doesn't know that it's wet. Then I invite you to come on a Magnetize the Man clarity call with me where we get crystal clear for you what it is that keeps you in that loop, right? In that pattern of creating the anxiety over and over again, which means you delete, you distort, and you generalize reality that feeds into your anxiety pattern. So for that, hop on over to magnetizetheman.com, magnetizetheman.com, grab your slot as long as they last. And I'm certainly really excited to uncover what's been really holding you back, how you create those patterns, how we create pattern interrupts, and can get you to a true peace of mind, into your power and into your confidence in dating. Until then, much love, and I'll talk to you very soon. Take care. Mwah!